Welcome back to another episode of Projecting Grandeur. I am your host, Ron Dichter. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being part of this community. We have been growing rapidly, and it's because of all of you. Thanks for sharing it. Thanks for getting the message out there. I try to deliver, whatever brain content I have that can help entrepreneurs in their journey, as I believe that entrepreneurs are changing the world, and these are the people that we need to impart all of our wisdom into, so that they can become, frankly, better than we are and really be that next generation. So that is why I do this. And I just want to thank everybody for liking and commenting and sharing. Today, I want to talk about the difference between confidence and arrogance. And, I've talked to so many business owners and entrepreneurs over the years that, you kind of get to know people's personality within the first couple minutes of talking to them. And I like a self-proclaimed, fairly modest guy. I've had some decent success in my life, but I'm not showy. I don't drive, fancy sports cars. I don't, wear jewelry other than an Apple Watch and a ring. I'm just not that guy. But I'm confident. Like, I believe in, what I've done. I believe in my skills. I believe in all of the things that I have been successful in. I just don't need to do things to show it. And if you do, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't want to shame you for wanting to wear a Rolex or have a Lambo or anything like that. Like, more power to you. If that's something that gives you fulfillment and you enjoy it, then there's nothing wrong with that. So I'm not here to say that that's bad. It's just not how I personally choose to live, and I just don't get any enjoyment out of those things. In fact, I'm a very simple guy, and the less I have that complicates my life, the more enjoyment I personally get. But when you come to a business and you talk about confidence versus arrogance, there is a fine line, especially in those early days when you're just getting started and you have to project out that grandeur. There is a fine line between what can be perceived as confidence and what can be perceived as arrogance. And then as the business grows, that changes to where, confidence, is kind of expected because the business is of a certain point. But then how do you, refrain from being arrogant? Because nobody likes arrogant people, but everybody likes confident people. And people want to be around confident people, but they don't want to be around arrogant people. And I think one of the big differences that at least I perceive in confidence versus arrogance is, number one, you believe the skin that you are now currently in. Meaning, in the beginning, you may not feel comfortable being somebody who is thrust into the spotlight or standing in front of the room or taking a podium. And over time, you become comfortable being that person. Maybe you do it enough. Maybe the business grows to a point where, you can justify it in your mind. But that's the first thing, is that you become confident in what you are projecting out to the world. The second part, where I think the difference between confidence and arrogance is really in about how you treat others and how you, more importantly, build up your team. Because I think, any good entrepreneur knows that they didn't get here by themselves, right? It took a team of people. It took a collective effort. And while, maybe the person who started the business might be very smart, that doesn't necessarily mean that they can do everything on their own. Even with AI, you still need some assistance to be able to get your business to where you want to go. And I think that part of confidence is, you can edify others and bring your team up with you. And I think that shows an air of confidence, that you're confident in yourself, you're confident in your own limitations, you're confident in the fact that you need a supporting team to help you get to where you are. Whereas if you come across as this, I did this, I built this, then what you're going to find is that your team around you is going to be like, well, what about me? Like, I was helping you do this, but you have this ego, this arrogance that you have to be the one that's doing it. Even in businesses where I've been the sole owner, I still refer to it when I talk to other people as we did this, because it wasn't me. I didn't do this on my own. I had a team of people that helped me build that. And so I think as you think about confidence versus arrogance, it's not just about your own confidence. It's about building confidence in your team, building confidence in the people around you so that they feel like they were a part of this journey with you. And in your heart that you had to have them to be able to get where you are anyway. So you might as well take them along for the ride and build up their confidence. And that actually makes you look more confident and less arrogant. And then I think the last thing that I want to hit on this topic is really about the way that you talk about your business in a public setting and the way that you talk to your future and prospective customers. I found like with a lot of businesses in their early days that they will talk to any customer. They will entertain conversations. They will get on the phone. They will, answer emails. They will engage with their audience. But as the companies get bigger, we find, or I've found, that some of the business owners, they feel like they're above that sort of thing. They're above actually talking to the customers. Now they have a team for that. And don't get me wrong, like time is precious and you need to have a team that's doing it. But remember what got you there, because those are important traits that are going to help continue to have the business grow and can help your team feel like you are a part of the team as opposed to just, the guy or the gal in charge. And so I think it's important to always have that grounded belief that you need to engage your customers, you need to engage, the outside world, and you need to communicate in a way, to others that have a personal interest in their success as whatever the product, service, offering that you're delivering. And so I think if you can really focus on being grounded, that will help you be more confident and less arrogant. And again, people want to be around confident people. They don't want to be around arrogant people. Arrogant people make them feel like they're less than they are. And a confident person is okay not only having people raised to their level, but actually having people above their level. And I and my businesses would never be where I am today if I didn't have people that were smarter, quicker, more agile, more critically, adept on thinking than myself. And I had to rise them to a level and get out of their way to let them be successful in the business so that the business can be successful. So for today, again, confidence versus arrogance, know the difference, know how to control your ego or your arrogance so that you can come across as confident, but not as arrogant. I'm Ron Dichter. This is Projecting Grandeur. Please remember to like and comment. Don't forget to share. And thank you for being part of our community. Have a good day.